Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. My name is Timmy, and in this episode you guys asked me to test Gipsy together with Kotyia and together with Layla against the super strong Navy setup we have nowadays, and that's exactly what we're gonna do in this video. But first of all, allow me to make an announcement for my YouTube channel. Now you guys know I started this YouTube channel 6 months ago, and I'm offering you my 100% free support. But since January, I'm getting every day absolutely flooded with tons of DM, which are on YouTube, which are on Discord, and which are also in game. So each day I'm ending up spending 7 to 8 hours simply answering these personalized direct messages from you guys. And this leaves me with only 30% time. And for this 30% time, I have to use it to play the game, to do the tests, to do for you new content, and also do content feedback for the developers, and also try to find the time to talk to them every now and then to see kind of what's the latest trends we are expecting in TOPWAR. So somehow I have to approach this huge elephant in the room, which are the 7 to 8 hours daily answering DMs. So that's why since yesterday I have launched a membership for this channel, which is, yes, a paid service. Now you can choose to support that and to do so, or you can choose not to do so. That doesn't change the fact that I will answer every single DM, regardless if you're a member or you're not. But if you're not a member, you may have to expect some delays from my side in which I'm answering your direct message. But I will answer it. On top of this, a workaround this, it's actually to join my private Discord, which is absolutely fantastic community. And you can place your questions right there in the chat. And there are a lot of people which I already helped and already may have gotten the answer you're actually looking for it right now. So if you place your questions there, there is a high probability that somebody would actually give you exactly the same answer I would give you, but in this case with a slightly delay. So let's jump into the testing, boys and girls. So first of all, I have to mention that testing with and against Kotyia, it's an absolutely very, very difficult process, simply because I have to choose two exactly same performance of Kotyia in two different hero setup, and this is extremely, extremely hard, but we kind of succeeded, and I'm gonna show that in this video. Now I found this player called D7, which is an absolutely fantastic person and a very strong player. And as you can see probably from here, I didn't actually notice that he actually didn't have a heavy trooper. So I actually used mine. So therefore, we're not gonna cover actually this battle report simply because it's really a high disadvantage for him, simply because I'm using the heavy trooper and speculating due to the high fire rate of a heavy trooper that my Layla was gonna cast the silence first, which may turn most likely into a very hard chain reaction, which allows me to win. But what I want to show you actually from here, we want to go first into his stats, and actually we want to see that he actually has a Layla 7, and that's a massive amount of damage. And you see he has Crimson level 6, and his Kotyia is only level 5. So my Gipsy, it's almost level 7, but for now it's level 6. My Kotyia is level 5, and my Layla is level 5. So if we have to look, and we're gonna look a second at the stats, you're gonna see we're somewhere around, the same strength, more or less. But for the sake of making a proper test, we have actually to not use the heavy trooper to see somehow a difference between these two setups. So let's put the battle animation on the screen. So without the heavy trooper, it's kind of obvious what the key point of this fight is going to be. It's more or less up slot number 4. Who is getting the silence from Kotyia? And if I'm not getting the silence from slot number 4 as attacker to be first, the question is, will he get the silence from slot number 4? And of course, what's the chain reaction on that? How good are the procs on his side? And that is kind of more or less the main reason of the result. Of course, yeah, I must fear his Layla level 7, her hits, and as right now we are starting soon with slot number 3, and that means we are reaching slot number 4, and pay attention what happens right here. So he's gonna hit me back, and now it's my turn. Now the question is, will my Kotyia gonna trigger, yes or no? I need that silence. And as you can see, I didn't got. And his Kotyia will silence me back. And pay attention what happens next. So yeah, okay, and Layla hit me pretty hard. So now his Kotyia is gonna silence me. So at that point, I have literally no trigger. So I don't have slot number 5, so he's gonna hit me again. And look at Kotyia, she's gonna silence me again. So I only have default hits, yeah? And I think she's gonna even silence me the 3rd time. There you go. So this is absolutely crazy, and that's exactly what I meant. It's very, very difficult actually to test with Kotyia and against Kotyia simply because she is super crazy strong. So that's why this battle animation is so extremely important, because you actually observe the exact point and the exact reason why you lost. So yeah, let's put the battle report on the screen and let's leave it right there while we're watching on the left side, like kind of the battle. Yeah, this is from my point of view, this is my personal recommendation. This is what the absolutely best setup for the Navy is right now, simply because yes, Gipsy is very strong, no question about it. But if Gipsy does help you improve your second march, which is, I don't know, even the planes or the tanks, there is no reason to bring him here. Crimson is simply enough, and yeah, the key of the march for me and will remain actually is simply Kotyia. And in this fight, the performance of Kotyia was kind of from both sides a bit more balanced. So that was one of the reasons. But again, we have to take in consideration I'm fighting against his level 7 Layla, which gonna hit way harder than my Layla, and my Crimson is a level 5, his is level 6, so he's gonna hit slightly a bit harder than mine. So I'm gonna speed a bit the fight, but what you see actually in this fight, in this setup, it's actually a more kind of solid performance or close to each other. Another observation we have to make right here, you remember the stats of this player from the beginning of the video. So this is another explanation why I'm telling you since a long time now that the performance of your account are actually your 3 heroes. And yes, of course, in this case, that level 7 does make a difference over time, but I'm still kind of managing to get a very nice performance, even though we are kind of more or less within the same amount of stats. So let's wrap it up. Yeah, of course, the setup you guys asked me to test is not per se a bad one, especially if you don't have a better hero for that position. Of course, if you don't want to start with your tanks, you don't want to start yet with your planes. Yes, this is a solid position, but a solid setup. But we're still not going to change the fact that the result of your Navy is going to be very high likely affected by the performance of Kotyia and her silence. For me personally, it's very obvious that the Navy got a massive performance improvement, especially since Layla came, and now with Crimson even more. Still doesn't change the fact that I'm not kind of that satisfied. I'm still waiting for this work in progress, which supposedly started in December last year, which allows us to have more Navy units in our base. That is a must, and what we have right now in game is simply not logic. So that being said, I hope this video helped you guys, and I will see you in the next episode.